Okay, are we in shot? Yeah, there's a fly, it's going to be in shot, it's going to be in the noise, it's going to annoy the hell out of me. Yeah. They're my
I tell you what,
issues.
to divert your attention from the fly,
Yes.
shall we talk about Jack Howard?
Yes. So Jack Howard was initially going to be called Howard and Fraser because he's a policeman and she's his sergeant. He's an inspector, she's a sergeant. Seemed a bit too... yeah, everyone's done that. So I've brought it back. His name is Trevor Howard.
Oh.
So he doesn't want to be called Trevor Howard for movie star reasons. So he calls himself Jack. He gets known as Jack. And he moves to an area in Wirral, which we know well, because I've set it in a real place. I've set it around about 2000, 2001, 2002 for a couple of reasons. But he's moved to that area when he's 10 or 11. And as we know, you're a blow-in. No matter how long you've been there from then, you're not one of the local families that was born and raised, and so you're an outsider. And you are treated as such. They will be friendly and your best mates, but you'll still be considered an outsider. So I've put a little background story of him like that, feeling as though he's an outsider and having to deal with that. What is very interesting about that part of the world as well, there's lots of money in that part of the world. Lots of footballers, football managers in particular buy houses, pop stars, movie stars, the whole shebang. You know, Daniel Craig's mum lived around the corner from us, for example. And yet it's very much taken for granted that these people are there. So there's some big houses and there's some small houses and there's the whole gamut of people. But what does happen there, like happens everywhere else, is crime.
There's murder.
There's murder
afoot.
There's always crime in these places and there's always murder. And we've, you know, if you go back in history, not that long ago, there's been a handful of murders in that part of the world. Where there's money, things happen. Anyway, I've set it in amongst the people that live there. I've set it with, this particular one, based around some Botero paintings with a psychopath. You've got to throw a psychopath in.
Are you a psychopath because you like Botero or a psychopath?
Good question. You need a protagonist, don't you? And you need a reason for these to be. But what I've tried to do is make it as friendly as Midsummer Murders, but not as light as Midsummer Murders. I've tried to make it darker. Bit like Inspector Lindley, but without going too far into the Inspector Lindley territory of, oh, woe is me. You've got to have a bit of comedy in there. You've got to have a Rosencrantz and Guildenstern in to lighten everything, I think. So initially, we're talking about 6 episodes, maybe an hour, depending on, is that your fly?
I didn't invite him. I think it's your guest.
I think it's my guest, yeah. 6 1-hour episodes initially. They could easily be taken to 2-hour episodes, depending on what's required.
Yeah, and I think what is also interesting is the type of murder, so that they're very unusual, aren't they? They're not sort of the run of the mill. So, you know, we've got the Botero one is in episode 1, and then there's one where there's a guy who's everybody thinks is drunk and asleep and is going round and round and round on the underground, and he's not, he's dead. So how did that happen? Crime scenes, you know, completely
completely
new
messed
because
up.
it's been all over there. We've got somebody who's found with their arm sticking out of a sandbank.
Yeah, I love that one. Sticking out the sandbank, holding onto a rope, a bit like Statue of Liberty. Yeah.
We've got a woman being found on top of her dishwasher tray with all sorts of implements sticking out of her. But you know, so it's sort of trying to be creative with a often treaded milieu.
Yes, which is a great. This is why watching TV for as long as we have done, you know, from Midsummer Murders to CSI, we're all magpies, aren't we? And we lift ideas and sensibilities from these things. And the great thing about CSI, that changed the way we write and watch TV. People are aware of the science involved in it now. So when they say things like, oh yeah, get me DNA, I've arrested him this morning, get me some DNA, and it's there by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That don't happen. And people know that, so those things are a bit obvious now. And I'm aware that you have to suspend your belief because it's drama, it's not real,
No,
it's
it's not.
television
No.
or film or whatever. But there's no point in being downright stupid, is there?
Also, I think one of the nice things about setting it when we have is that we don't have to fall back on CCTV because it wasn't in play at the time.
Yeah.
You know, the garages may have had, petrol stations may have had CCTV, but it wasn't everywhere. So I think that's a pretty unique thing. So we're back to sort of thinking and working different ways through it. So it's old-fashioned,
Yes.
but with a modern twist and a modern sensibility. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I think it'd be exciting to actually see it.
Yeah. Again, 6 minutes. Should we call it a day?
I think we should.
Stand up, walk around, do not hit the microphone, do not hit the lights.
Is that your exiting theme
That's
tune?
my exiting theme tune. See you next time. Bye bye.